It's Russell time.
Everyone always tells you to write things down, to tell your story so that you don't forget. We wanted to preserve this story for our boys, but we also wanted to use this as an opportunity to tell the world how amazingly faithful God is. We want this video memoir to be something that our children can treasure, as it is a miracle that we all found one another in this big, big world. Peyton, we heard about him in July of 2012 when we got the first phone call from Department of Children and Family Services. His social worker called me and asked if we wanted a placement for a 3-day-old baby boy.
And I think they brought him here.
It was like 5 or 6 o'clock at night.
It was late evening, so.
And as soon as they handed him to me, he pooped on me immediately. Yeah. Like I picked him up and he pooped all over me.
Boom. So like they're here like 10 minutes, you know, so in and out, and then all of a sudden it's like 30 minutes ago you didn't have the baby, and now you do. You know, so now it's like we're mom and dad, so you know, off and running.
Some of the funniest things about Peyton growing up. So when he was a baby, I would say a little bit older than a baby though, he figured out that it was really funny when he would hold his breath. Because he would like, he would hold his breath and then he would go.
No, yeah.
Like that. And he would make this face and he would turn so red in the face.
Oh, like purple. Like purple.
Every time he'd see a car, cool car, and he would also say, go, 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 like that. So in foster care, they have a year to make a decision about what they're gonna do with the child's case. And then we went to court in August of 2013, and the judge ordered to return Peyton to his family. He was napping, we came in, we picked him up, we hugged him and cried, and we anointed his head with oil and we prayed over him, really hoped for the best for him and wanted him to go on his way.
It didn't last, and he did come back into foster care.
So about 8 months later, Peyton became what was considered free for adoption, and that they wanted to do it in October 29th, 2014, and that was when we...
Awareness Day,
Yeah, for St. Tammany Parish, and that was when we legally adopted him.
Yeah, under the table. That's pretending.
You were pretending. And even he still has them.
No,
buddies. His buddies. That's what he used to sleep with. He'd take with him everywhere.
And as soon as he got him, he would lay down and go to sleep.
I guess like favorite things about Peyton, he's very affectionate.
He's not scared of anything either. That's both fun and terrifying. Pretty sure I saw him trying to hang from the chandelier over the kitchen table the other day. Oh my God, you remember his laugh? Oh, he was like little bitty and he would have that big deep laugh.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
sound like James Earl Jones laughing on What the
I love to find some of the videos of him laughing when he's little. I'm not even kidding you. He was talking and he'd be like, oh, I'd be like, oh my God, like, where does that laugh come?
How do you even do that?
You know, Peyton wants you to lay it all out exactly like it's gonna be. You have to cover all your bases. And Paxton, it's just a world of in between.
Whatever.
Peyton lives in black and white. Paxton lives in gray. Paxton is very much like me. Peyton is very much like Jocelyn. Pax is the antithesis of Peyton. He was the smallest baby I had ever seen in my life and ever held. He was 4.5 pounds when he was born. I was terrified to touch him. Like he was so small.
He is a very happy-go-lucky child. He really loves his brothers. I mean, fiercely loves his brothers. Like he's not like a solitary child at all. Like he loves to be with his brothers and play with his brothers.
Wants to do everything Peyton does.
Right.
And he also wants to be in a Mardi Gras parade more than anything in the world. So Paxton came to us in probably one of the crazier ways. And I got a phone call from a friend of mine, and she said, you know, I have this mom. I mean, this kind of sounds crazy, like, but give me the number and I'll call the attorney.
And you know, she gave us the lowdown that you know, Paxton's mom was just, you know, physically unable to care for a baby. We just happened to have been saving and to get the process started, so it was just like a God thing. I think when it was all said and done, we had like $100 left over what we had saved. I mean, almost to the penny.
He is our most outgoing, which is so funny because when he was little, he was like very quiet, very like an observer. Like he always kind of just watched what was going on, and then he turned 2 and everything changed. I mean, he's like a completely different kid. Like he's
the life of the party.
Boo! I
yeah, so Paxton also has a lot of opinions about everything.
The color is
Currently, he wears 2 different shoes each day because he says it's cool. He says that's his style. That's how he wants to do it. He loves brunch. That is his favorite day. He wakes up every week on Sunday and he goes, "It's brunch day!" Like. So eating has always been like a thing for Pax. So when he was little and he was first born, he was in the NICU solely because he would not eat. Nothing has changed. We say, "Pax, eat your dinner." More than any other phrase I say in my life, I say, "Pax, eat." We went through that year of just, you know, having him here and loving on him and all of that, and then October 1st of 2014, we formally adopted him.
At that point, we had 2 children at home.
Yep.
Peyton and
Paxton. So April 2015, I started feeling sick and not feeling great, and Justin had been traveling for work and was feeling really bad. So I told my friend, looking on Facebook today, and there was a picture of a hamburger, and I almost threw up. And she was like, "So have you taken a pregnancy test?" And I was like, "No, I've not taken a pregnancy test. You know the story. I'm not pregnant. There's no way." I was taking a nap actually, and she was banging on my door. So I ended up taking it when she was here, and it came up positive, and I lost my mind a little bit and then called Justin.
And she said, "Look, just, you know, don't drive off the road or anything," but she's like, "I got something to tell you." I'm like, "Okay, what is it?" She said, "I was thinking I'm pregnant." So, and I'm just like shocked, silence, you know, and like, wait a second, just lots of things running through my mind all at the same time, you know. She's like, "Hello, you still there?" I'm like, "Yeah." I mean, well, what makes you think you're pregnant? She's like, "Well, it's probably this positive pregnancy test that I'm holding in my hand. I think Tiffany's actually pregnant." You know, after all this time, and then, you know, so of course I'm excited by the same token, like, oh my God, I'm gonna have 3 kids.
Under the age of 3 and a half.
3, and it's like, oh my God, like, how's this gonna work?
So Pops is born to be a 3rd child, is what we have said. He is definitely the most go with the flow out of all of our kids. He loves his brothers. He wakes up in the morning and the first thing he says, "We're Pax, we're Pax." Now when we go pick Peyton up at school, when we get in the carpool line, he goes, "Pepe King, kindergarten. Pepe King, kindergarten."
Well,
like,
and he loves trains.
He does love trains.
Like, we were convinced until we had the gender reveal that
It was a girl.
Yeah, that Porter was a girl.
Realized it was not a girl.
Yeah,
It was another boy.
When you see the video, you can see that we were both so convinced. It was like a second where we actually
We were just
shocked.
like looking at each other
that
for
it
a
was
second, like,
that was,
it really
the
is a
confetti
boy.
was blue. We're like, oh, it's a boy.
he loves to swim. He loves the water.
He does love the water.
So, I mean, just this morning he got outside for 2 seconds and he was in a puddle immediately. He's very affectionate and sweet and loving and loves to snuggle and touch you and all of that. He loves Uptown Funk more than I mean, probably more than Bruno Mars does.
Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Hey, 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 oh!
I would say unexpected joys for me would be how much they love each other, like each of the boys, and how they each have a different bond and like to do different things together. Also, the amount of stuff that they all like to do together.
We've had 3 boys by 3 different ways, and they all love each other. I mean, and they follow each other around and play incessantly, and yeah, they fight, but they fight because they're brothers and they love each other. And it doesn't matter how they came to be together, they're together, and you know, we're happy and they're happy.
But it feels like they have things in common, like they just, at their core, they have certain things in common. And that has been fun to watch their bond develop and the way that they care for each other. And even though they can fight like no tomorrow, some days they fight so much more than I ever realized siblings fight. I am an only child, so I didn't understand that part of it, but my goodness gracious, they can just punch each other in the face, and then the next minute they're playing a video game together. And I don't understand that for the life of me, but I mean, it's just, you know, they have a very organic relationship.
I mean, at this point, I couldn't imagine, you know, any other way
Yeah.
than having these 3 rambunctious boys all growing up
Yeah.
together and doing things together and playing together and breaking the things I work hard to buy together.
We were always meant to be together. There is no denying that. We 5 Kings was born in our heart as a wish, a hope, and a dream of having just one baby to call our own.